Good evening. Tonight we're going to cover contouring. For a lot of us, it's scary. It's a scary thought. I'm going to do just the basics tonight. There are so many different ways to contour, different products to use, how to use them. So I'm going to start very, very basic. So starting off with, what are we doing to our face? What is the point of contouring? So the contouring is trying to give an illusion of a shadow, right? So we want that kind of chiseled look. We want to hide some of the, let's say larger portions of our face, let's say our nose, our foreheads. So what we're doing is we're using a color that is trying to basically mimic a shadow. So that's the point of contouring. So I'm going to give kind of my tips and tricks on how to contour, some of the options and some of the mistakes that people make. So with contouring, you want to use a color that is either neutral or is kind of a cool color, right? A deeper color than your face. If you use kind of a warmer color or anything that's kind of on the yellowish side, it's not going to give you that shadow look. So what I'm going to do is we actually have a contouring set. It comes in light, medium, and dark. I got the medium and it comes with the deeper color and then also the highlighting color. So I'm going to show you how I use it. I've also done a base face. So I use our color correcting tinted moisturizer, which I need my second bottle, but the whole point of this is to give you kind of a blank canvas. As you can tell, I'm very plain. It has covered up all of my imperfections, all of my kind of the coloring. So we are a blank canvas. So now I need to put some life back into my face. So a couple options. Again, you want a deeper color. Some of the people, they really, really like the deep color correcting tinted moisturizer, which is this, but just a deeper color. That's a really nice color to use. Some people also use shadow scent. So it just depends on your comfort level. The color correcting tinted moisturizer would be great for beginners. They have a hard time kind of maneuvering and blending, so they want something that is forgiving, and color correcting tinted moisturizer is very forgiving. So I have samples of that, so if you even want to try the deep color correcting tinted moisturizer as a contour, I can definitely send you a sample. I'm going to use what's in the set, which is the deeper color, and it's considered the medium contour. So looking at our face, right? So we have kind of this natural line, right? What we want to do is we want to go a little bit above that, right? So that we can create that illusion. If we go underneath it, it's going to draw our face down, make it look droopy. So we don't want to do that. So there's two ways that you can do it to use the product. You can either draw a line with the actual product, or you can put it on your brush so you have more of like an even kind of blending. So I'm going to show you one side with just applying it directly on your skin, and the second I'm going to use the brush. So let's start with our cheeks. So you want to see that there's this invisible line from your lip to your ear, okay? So that's kind of, if you use that, that's going to be kind of what the shadow we're going to want to make. So we're going to go right above that, okay? So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to take this deep contour, and I am going to go, hey Nicole, hey Lindsay, I'm going to go right above here. You can do dots, you can do a line, okay? So I'm going to draw that line. So that's going to be my contour line. Again, I'm going to go above that that shadow. So I'm going to take an angled brush. I have an angled brush, and I am just going to kind of blend that all in. And the nice thing about the contour set is that it is very blendable. So it's nice and creamy. Again, all of our products are anti-aging. And as you can see, it kind of made that shadow. So I want you just to show you how lifted this side looks, and look how round this side of the face looks, right? And it's just because of the contour. So again, this is kind of my full face, and here's my chiseled look. So I'm going to do it right above where that shadow is going to be. So again, if you have a very slender face, the placement of your contour is going to be different. We're trying to show that chiseled look. So again, you can see that, and it was just, you saw how little I put on, right? And then we have the round face. So let me show you how to use the product if you're going to go off of your brush. So let's say I'm going to take some of my contour, and I'm going to put a little bit on my on the top of my cap. You can use a palette. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to really get this deep into my brush so that it will blend evenly, okay? And again, here's my line. I'm going to go a little bit above it. So I can go up here. And don't forget your ear too. I actually saw this on a video. You don't want everything to be kind of nice and contoured and then you have this like bright white or red ear, okay? So we're gonna just kind of work this into that area. Now this isn't, this isn't gonna be as precise as the line, but you can see how this kind of blends out really nicely. So I'm gonna do a little bit more on my cap. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't contour every day, but if you need kind of like that more dramatic look, if you're going out, you want, more of a makeup look, this is definitely, okay, there we go. So we rounded it out. I kind of like this side better, to be honest, because I got more of a defined line, but either way you can do, okay? So those are our cheeks. We now contoured our cheeks. Okay, so depending on your forehead, if you want to make your forehead look smaller, you're gonna put a little bit of a shadow up at the top, right? So we're gonna do a little bit up near the hairline, okay? And then we're gonna just blend that all in. And I'm gonna show you how that just created that illusion of a smaller forehead. It almost makes it look like my hairline is a little bit lower than it actually is. So again, if you understand the concept, it makes it so simple and you can play with it. So let's say, for instance, that you brought it down a little bit too much. You can take your foundation brush, so my CCTM brush, and you can just stipple it to bring it back up. So you can play with it. You aren't bound to where you placed it. You can play with it. See what looks good for your face shape, what kind of look you're trying to go for. And then I have a little bit left. We can do our jawline. And again, it's more kind of that chiseled look. So I'm gonna go right on this jawline. I'm just gonna do a little bit here. And again, we're just trying to get that shadow, okay? And so I saw a video, I thought it was actually a really, really good analogy. We're trying to do the 3. We're trying to draw a 3. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3. So we're trying to make the number 3 on our face with our contour. We also want to blend it so that we don't look like we have like 2 different colors on our neck versus our face. So I'm just gonna blend this all in to get that kind of chiseled look. And then again, we're gonna do the 3. So go down, around, and down to our jawline. And again, you can make this as dramatic as you want. I'm gonna put a little bit more here. And like I said, this is the medium. I wear kind of lighter color correcting tinted moisturizer. So depending on your skin complexion, you're gonna wanna adjust your contouring. So I wrote a couple notes. If you're fair to medium, you want to find a neutral / taupey color. So that's what this is. If you're a tan or olive, you want a deeper golden, just so that it's going to show up on your skin tone. And if you have a dark complexion, you want a warm brown because you don't want anything to look gray. Same thing with tan and olive skin tones, you don't want it to look ashy. So you want to look for a specific color that is going to work for your skin tone. So I'm going to do, this is the neutral taupey. It is a matte color. Okay, so that is kind of the contouring. So again, we just accentuated that line. See that line? Up here, we made that shadow, and down here. Now, I'm not gonna go through my nose, but actually I'll show it real quick. So a nose, I don't know if you saw that video on my page, but it is actually amazing how even just makeup can alter the look of your nose. So whether you want it to look a little bit wider, if you wanna look a little bit slender, you're just gonna draw a line here. And then also, if you want your nose to look shorter, you're gonna do a little line right here. So I'm gonna use a smaller brush and I'm just gonna kind of blend this in. You can also take kind of like a makeup brush or an eyeshadow brush if you want this to be a little bit more defined, okay? All right, so we contoured our nose. I have kind of an average nose, so I don't need a lot of work on it. Okay, last but not least is that we have our highlight. So what this is going to do, this is gonna work with our contours to brighten up areas that we want to brighten up. We want to draw attention to. So just like my live about the under eyes, we don't want to draw attention to things that are either flawed or fine lines and wrinkles. So this is going to highlight where we want our kind of where the light is going to hit, right? So we're going to go here. And there are different options. You can use our pearlizer. You can use some of our shadow scents. So sandstone, pearl, buttercup, pink opal, any of the shimmers look really, really nice. You're gonna wanna do this on the top of your cheekbone. So here's my cheekbone. So I'm gonna wanna do it right up here, and I'm gonna do one side, and then I wanna show you kind of what the difference is. So again, I'm at the top of my cheekbone, and I'm just trying to highlight this area, okay? And I'm gonna do different segments on this because there are so many options with highlighting and contouring, but again, I just wanted to kind of give the basics. So if you look, now this side is a little bit lighter. It kind of draws in and again, gives you that lift. So I'm gonna put this here, and then I'm gonna rub this in. In the contouring set, it comes in a duo, and it comes with this cute little bag. So if you kind of need, if you want to try contouring, it's a really nice set. But if you want to purchase things separately, I can definitely help you with what colors to get, how to do it, what would be best for your skin tone. I have some tips and tricks, so please reach out to me directly, and I can definitely help. Okay, so see how that lifts that up? Some other areas you may want to highlight is right on this Cupid's bow. I saw a video. It makes your lips look super pouty. And I don't have a smaller brush, sorry. So I'm gonna kind of blend this in with my brush. But see how that kind of makes it like that pouty look? It accentuates that top of my lips. You can also do it up here on your brows. Anywhere that you want to kind of have, hey, that's where, you know, I want to draw attention to. I will explain what the difference between bronzing. This is not bronzing, so you don't want to use a bronzy color. So I will go into that in my next segment. So this is contouring. Again, we want to do a grayscale. You don't want anything shimmery for your contouring. We want it to look natural, but also look like a shadow. Cream is the best because it's the easiest to work into your skin, and you can definitely modify how dark, blending, and also using your color correcting tint and moisturizer, or your foundation. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope this was helpful, and don't worry, we'll keep building upon this, but this was just the basics. Have a great night. Bye-bye.